Have you ever spilled coffee on your shirt or blurted out an awkward comment and felt like the entire world was judging you for the rest of the day? That overwhelming sense that everyone's eyes are fixed on your mistake, cataloging it, replaying it, this is not reality. It's a cognitive illusion known as the spotlight effect. Imagine an invisible spotlight hovering over you, convincing you that every imperfection is magnified. Today, we'll examine the experiments that revealed this bias, unpack the psychology that fuels it, and offer a pragmatic, freeing way to live with less social anxiety. The term spotlight effect was coined by researchers Thomas Gilovich and Kenneth Savitsky in the late 1990s. Their classic experiment makes the idea remarkably vivid. Participants were asked to wear a t-shirt with an embarrassing image to a group setting. When later asked how many people they thought had noticed the shirt, participants consistently overestimated by a large margin. Observers recalled the shirt far less often than the wearer predicted. In a follow-up study, students asked to give a short speech overestimated how much their nervousness showed to the audience. These results were replicated across variations. People routinely assume their flaws and faux pas are more conspicuous than they actually are. Why does the spotlight effect occur? There are two main psychological forces at work. The first is egocentrism. We experience the world from our own perspective, and our mental focus is naturally anchored to ourselves. Our thoughts, sensations, and mistakes are salient because we live inside them. It feels obvious to us that other minds are similarly engrossed, but that is a projection. The second force is the asymmetry of memory and attention. We remember our own missteps vividly because they carry emotional weight. Other people, however, rarely encode those small moments with the same intensity. Their attention is fragmented, and they are often preoccupied with their own concerns. Combine self-centered attention with emotional vividness, and you get a recipe for exaggerated social visibility. Social norms and evolutionary pressures amplify this bias. Humans evolved in small groups where social standing meant survival and cooperation. Sensitivity to potential rejection or shame was adaptive. Today, those same instincts remain, even when the stakes are far less dire. That ancient wiring tells us to scan for signs of disapproval and to assume everyone else is doing the same. Our brains treat social threats as urgent, inflating the perceived audience. Understanding the spotlight effect has practical implications. First, it reframes embarrassment. Most social errors are fleeting and rarely noticed. Second, knowing that others are less observant can reduce anticipatory anxiety, those moments before a meeting or date where you imagine disaster. There are concrete strategies that leverage this insight. 1. Practice perspective taking. Consciously remind yourself that others are caught up in their own inner narratives. 2. Run a reality check. After a perceived faux pas, wait a few hours and reconsider how likely it is that others remembered it. 3. Exposure. Purposefully disclose a small, non-harmful mistake to a friend and observe their reaction. The feedback often contradicts your fears. Over time, these exercises recalibrate your sense of social visibility. This is not an excuse for disregarding social norms or empathy. Rather, it is an invitation to allocate attention more wisely. By recognizing the spotlight effect, you can choose which moments merit scrutiny and which deserve to be released. Imagine freeing the mental energy spent rehearsing imagined judgments and redirecting it into creating, connecting, or simply being present. So the next time you spill coffee or fumble a line, remember, the spotlight you feel is largely self-created. Most people are too absorbed in their own worlds to dwell on your moment. The liberation lies in accepting your smallness in the public gaze and in discovering, to your surprise, that life goes on and, often, so do they.